Here are your Court News Ohio top stories in 5 minutes. Athens County Municipal Judge Todd Grace was drawn to the courts because of public service. That came from an upbringing exposed to a bigger purpose.
My father's a minister and had an outreach approach in his ministry.
For the past 4 years, he's held a weekly hearing in his courtroom for people convicted of impaired driving.
In court, I try to have something to connect with the defendants on what they're facing, especially if we have concerns, and make sure that they are reminded about the resources available to them to help them through any difficulties that they might be facing.
As a specialized docket focused on treating substance use and related issues, problems on the road can occur at any time. For some, the holidays can be the hardest period to stay sober, which is why December is designated as National Impaired Driving Prevention Month.
The holidays can have financial stressors, they can have family stressors, and those are very likely to lead to relapse issues.
So Judge Grace and his staff answer the bell. On top of ensuring more access for counseling and treatment, they're quick to encourage and spread cheer.
The court has many possible ways to use the authority of the court. I like using the opportunity to help people.
In the season of giving, there's no greater gift for the court than when the light goes on for a participant.
We love the click. Yeah, we certainly love it when somebody that has been resistant to the program finally gets to the point where they're ready.
The holidays are a busy time of year, especially for the newest members of Ohio's judiciary.
It's been a great transition. I have loved the challenge of going from one bench to really a very different bench.
Some are getting their first taste of being a jurist at the Ohio Supreme Court's new judges orientation. Others have already been on the bench for several months.
It's really a continual learning process.
After 20 years as a domestic relations magistrate in Richland County, Judge Steve McKinley has been in charge of his own court for 8 months.
I love the excitement of legal research and writing, and I love hearing cases.
Along with being one of the more experienced newbies in attendance, among his 33 peers, he's the only one who exclusively presides over a juvenile court.
The work is invigorating because it's helping to change the lives of youth.
So instead of listening to a veteran judge addressing dozens of others, he had one judge with a similar track. Franklin County Juvenile Court's Elizabeth Gill tailored her session to his needs.
I had a notepad full of questions, and I got a chance to go through those specific questions so I could hone in on exactly issues that I'm dealing with.
While Judge McKinley now has more responsibilities, his primary principle remains the same.
That's the ultimate aim, is to do good for people and to achieve a just and lawful result.
The Guernsey County Courthouse has always been the center of attention in downtown Cambridge. 13 years ago, when native CNO-TV production veteran Joel Lasigo wanted to make it more colorful.
And we were sitting down in front of the courthouse one evening and looking at it and thought, wow, wouldn't it be cool if we painted this with lights at Christmas time?
So, starting every November, residents and visitors are greeted with this.
It's time for you to be amazed.
More than 30,000 lights powered by more than 3 miles of electrical cable.
It's pretty involved. It takes about 18 to 22 hours to program every 2 minutes worth of music.
Let it be Christmas.
Each show lasts 1 hour, looping multiple times each night from November 1st through the new year.
With the gold and the silver, the green and the red.
We went from the first year of surprising everybody, wow, to as many as 80 buses a year now that comes to see the show, visit the downtown.
You'll see families curled up on benches or others who catch it as they pass by. For some, it's a life-altering event.
A couple was on a date and came to the light show. A year later, they came back to the light show and they got engaged. And a year later, they came and got married.
Lasigo and 4 other volunteers work year-round producing the spectacle. That selflessness has become a community's guiding light.
The most fun I have is going down to the light show and watching the kids dance around. How can you not get the Christmas spirit when you see those things on a regular basis?
And that's a look at Court News Ohio's top stories. Visit courtnewsohio.gov for the latest headlines on Ohio's courts. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter.